Well, the first thing you've got to do is that when you put the papers in, you've got to make sure that nothing disturbs those papers. You've got to leave room in the paper to allow it to expand slightly, because it's going to expand. But you mustn't put too much in, because that's when it mooses up.
Yes.
And it turns to a nightmare, because it has to get out and it starts leaking.
Right, yeah.
That's a complete nightmare. The other thing you have to do, you've got to use which we're doing here is the brickwork technique. So you've got to make sure you don't overlap onto the ones underneath, because you just don't want it to look too solid or just get lost. But making hair look incredibly natural at the same time, which in turn makes ladies look even more beautiful, as opposed to being a solid, all over, wrong hair colour.
Yeah. So do you think you actually have to be more persistent in what you think is right then? Because a lot of hairdressers who I've spoken to in regards to hair cutting and styling, they will try and work with what the client wants, but then I suppose with hair colour, there is a yes and a no, there is a bad and a good, isn't there, really? So maybe you have to be more persistent than a stylist would be?
You put yourself in their hands.
Yeah.
And we like to think that's all the clients that come here, they come here for our advice.
Yeah.
If they want to come and tell us what to do to their hair, and it's the wrong thing, they shouldn't even bother coming through the front door.
So do you actually still get people coming? I wouldn't even dream of doing that in here, because you know your stuff. Do you actually still get people coming in here and arguing with you? No, I want this, I want this.
I don't know. I don't get a lot of it myself. Maybe because I just go in and bang and that's it. Yeah. I do say to clients, I mean, some staff might think, wow, it's a bit strong, but sometimes I do say to clients, I'm sorry, I only do what I want to do. Abby here doing a model, and this particular head is slightly different. This is done for more of sort of a sort of fashion effect by putting tips in the hair. We call them butterfly tips. The reason we call them butterfly tips is because when we fold the paper this way, it's just in the shape of a butterfly. That's where the name comes from. That's right. Whereas this way, we can take big chunks in the hair and we just colour the last sort of 4 inches, and then that will then really it will really make the hair move. It will really bring out it brings the curl to life.
Yeah.
Easy as that, isn't it?
Yeah.
It brings the curl to life. Okay, so can you tell me a bit about this hair as it was first of all?
When it was first here?
Today, yeah.
Well, it was sort of quite solid. The colour was all in one. Wanting to break it up and give it a bit of movement going through the ends.
Right.
Just so it wasn't all one block colour.
So what are you going to do? Obviously you got these lights in here. Now, the thing is that we talk about butterfly lights, but this is a bit more, am I right in thinking, more of a colour correction to achieve the effects of butterfly lights?
It down to give it, so the brighter bits stand out, so there's more like definition in there.
Firstly, I've got to say, these eyes are so green. I never noticed I knew they were green, but I didn't realise how green they are. Look at that, that's incredible. But again, this is the hair colour that makes it possible. Remember I said, when you have almost the perfect hair colour, the first thing people should notice is not the hair colour, it should be the eyes. But it's the hair colour that makes that possible.
Yeah.
But again, you see it's movement, and Eliza just put like these lights in the hair, so the hair looks as if it's been kissed by the sun. This is the sort of colour we would expect the hair to go if she was to, spend like the month of August down in southern Spain.
Yeah.
This is the colour the hair would go.
Yes.
Okay, it's really dull at the moment, being winter, and hair's growing out and looking duller. So this is the perfect lift to give someone, this time of the year. This is lovely. This is fabulous.
It's stunning.
This is fabulous.
Shine as well. It's beautiful.
As you know, this hair was very, very solid before.
Yeah. The bright
halfway down.
Yeah.
And
this is the butterfly.
Abby decided, to put the butterfly tips in. But but this is great, and reds are very big at the moment as well.
Thanks to Rihanna, I think she almost started that whole thing, didn't she?
She did. And don't forget about those words I use, those famous words of Oscar Wilde. Fashion comes and fashion goes, but style, being chic, goes on forever.
Indeed, and that's what you want. You want style.
Do you like it?
I love it.
Look at those eyes.
I was about to say, yeah.
Look at those eyes.
Eyes. I was about to say, do you like it? Of course she does. Don't even have to ask her. It does.